Welcome everyone that clicked on this video. You can call me May, and today is an exciting day because today is my 1-year anniversary for this channel, and that's really exciting. I can't believe it's already been a year. It's also Valentine's Day, and yes, I did post my first video on Valentine's Day, so I have something to celebrate while I'm single. But anyways, so I decided for my 1-year anniversary video to be a little bit self-indulgent. Also, I decided to fit the theme of Valentine's Day and go with my top 5 fictional crushes. Or my top 5 favorite guys, because I'm straight, so all of them are dudes. I thought this would be a fun one. Some I may have to say more than others, but we'll see. Also, this is also drawing my top 5 favorite fictional crushes, my favorite boys, in my style as well. So yeah, I don't got much else to say for the intro, so we're gonna just get into it. Number 5. I will say, I'm gonna say this here, I had like a whole little intro idea for each of the characters. Oh, let's introduce them in a fun way, like explain like exactly how what led up to me first meeting this character. But I don't have that for all of them, so only like number 2 and maybe number 3 will have it. So number 5 is from Athmal. And I think he deserves this number 5th place. I had to put him on here. It is Zane Romay from My Street, or Zane from My Street. So I don't know when I started really liking this character. All I know is he became my favorite character, I think, pretty early on. I'm guessing during season 2 is when he became my favorite, or towards the end of season 1, when he actually became like, good guy. But I have a soft spot for Zane, so I had to put him on this list. Something about him that I just really like and had to put him on this list because he's always been a character I really liked since I started watching the series. I'll start with the design of the character and what I like about it. I will say with this drawing, I didn't realize till it was way too late when I already fully finished the drawing that the hair is covering the wrong eye. It showed the eye. I don't know what art piece I was looking at, but all the correct ones have it on the right eye, but this one's wrong, and now I'm upset about it. I guess I could just flip his character model and it would kind of change it, but it wouldn't look as good probably. So honestly, his design in general, like not my design, but his design I always really liked. I liked the slightly like I imagined him, and I think so did Jess the creator, or Athmal the creator, with slightly longer hair. I really like the one covered eye look. I really like the mask look on him. I liked the color scheme of just emo black and gray, and I also really liked the like light blue eyes with the darker color scheme. I thought that was cool. So with my design, I just went with the like really basic version of his black and gray striped sweater, whatever he called it. I think I would always imagine it as a hoodie, but it could have been a sweater. So I just went with the black and white striped gray one. I made his hair slightly longer because this is definitely like more towards before season 6 Zane design. He has a scarf around his neck because they always say scarf, even though I always imagine it as like a mask with a scarf now. Like some people draw it as a scarf, some people draw it as a mask. I draw it with both because I like him with both. All I added that is not on the character model for sure is some piercings to his ears because I thought it'd be cool. He does seem like a guy that would get piercings. And a little top earring, which I imagine Kwai-chan gave to him. For those who don't know, Kwai-chan, she is Zane's girlfriend, and that is partially why I love this man, is I love the ship of Zane and Kwai-chan. They're one of my favorite ships of all time. I'm not going to get into a whole lot about their pairing because that would be a separate video for some point. I know I'm going to talk past the speed paint. I'm going to just say that. And yeah, I almost added a pink streak to his hair, but I didn't. That's all that I have to say for the design I made for him. And also, I pretty much just like all of his designs. Any version of his design I think is cool in at least some way. In season 6, he like gets a shorter haircut in the back, but he also has like cool wraps around his hand, which now I want to draw because I think he would look sick. But yeah, I honestly just do really like his design. I think he looks sick. I didn't remember to often, but I feel like Jess, I remember her saying that she always imagined Zane with like the eyeliner, so I made 2 versions with it, one without it, one with it. You can decide which one you like better because I don't know. Now let's get on to more of the personality side. Some things I love about this guy. He's like an emo, edgy character, if you couldn't tell by his design. He is the type of characters I really like, apparently, in things. Have like a rough exterior, but a soft interior. Like, for example, Zane is like edgy guy, yells at his people, doesn't like anyone, but some of his favorite things are cute things. Like, he is a My Little Pony fan, even though it's called My Little Horsies in the Athmal universe to be like a parody on My Little Pony. but he's like a My Little Pony fan, or he likes these cute little things. He loves cupcakes and sweets. He has a massive sweet tooth. And I think that's endearing, I guess. I always thought it was cute when, like, there's this, like, grungy character that has a really sweet side to them. Also, I for all of these except for one, I went back and just watched their best moments, or just looked up Blank's best moments to try to, like, find talking points. And with this one, I forgot how sarcastic Zayn can be. I love how sarcastic he is so much. I forgot how that's a great part of his character, is the sarcasm he has, and how, like, snappy he is towards people, and it's hilarious. Also, I love how he'll do anything pretty much to protect his closest friends, or help his closest friends and, like, his girlfriend. Like, in one scene, Aphmau doesn't want her other like guy friends seeing her in this, like, maid outfit, so he offers to trade clothes with her, so he would be wearing it for her, which sounds really weird out of context, but was really sweet, because this is when they first became friends. He at least thought no one liked him. No one really did like him. Kind of rude to everyone. But then the Christmas special, where he sung they did put a parody of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch, but it says You're a Mean One, Mr. Zayn instead. And he sung that while stealing everyone's Christmas, like a joke parody on it. But then at the end, he's stealing stuff from Aphmau's house. And at one point, Aphmau turned into a cat. This is really weird out of context, but this is gonna get my point across to this, how this meant to him. And then she was just, like, running from house to house of her friends. And then all of a sudden she arrived at Zayn's house somehow. And he brought in the cat and was really nice and sweet to the cat and kept it warm and was really kind to the cat. So then that's when you, as the audience, and Aphmau herself, see Zayn's soft side first. Because he did all the Grinch stuff because he wasn't invited to the Christmas party. But it turns out Aphmau did invite him. He just didn't look at his mailbox, because everyone usually sends emails now and stuff like that. And then she ends up giving him a gift of that she had somebody draw for her of him and then her as a cat, because she said it was, like, the first time you were ever nice to me, or something like that. I thought that was sweet and cute. And then he became good and gave all the gifts back in friendship. But he still never lost his, like, rude side and stuff, which I did like, because I think it's funny. It's funny because he also acts as Aphmau's dad, because Aphmau's dad was not there when she was younger. Like, he left. But then he jokingly took up this dad persona for Aphmau, and it was kind of adorable. When I went back and saw clips, there was, like, Phoenix Shop High, which is, like, the when they were in high school series. And it's funny because he has, like, a higher-pitched, nerdy-sounding voice. Low-key headcanon that he was probably a little bit of a nerd back in school, and I find it hilarious. Yeah, I just really like his character. I like how he was handled, because Minecraft Diaries, the series that all these characters originated from, he was the villain. But then when she put them in a modern setting, she changed it from a villain to just, like, a slightly rude guy that's mean to people. But then when you get to, like, if you befriend him, he will protect you. Like, he protects Aphmau at any cost. He protects Kwai-chan at any cost. I want to talk about Zayn-chan, but that is for another video. This is about the guys. But I will say some of these characters, what makes me like them even more is that I like their ships, and he's one of them. So yeah, he's my favorite Aphmau character. He almost didn't make on the list, I'll be honest, but I couldn't not put him on the list since he's just iconic to me. By iconic to me, I mean, like, iconic to me, like, that's the joke, one of the joke ones I have with, like, my family. And I really like his character, and I've based things on, like, I've been inspired by him for characters I have made. So I cannot not put him on here. So yeah, that's why he's number 5. So yeah, I just really like his character. I like how he's, like, edgy emo, grumpy, angry, sarcastic boy on, like, the outside, but on the inside he's really sweet and has a cute heart, and he's adorable. And his relationship with his brother is also adorable. I don't want to get into all the stuff because I would just be rambling on about stuff. And I will say, as the closing point, I know it is Minecraft, but I'm talking about the fan art and the actual art of Zayn that I like the design of. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Number 4, my boy Kyo Soma from Fruits Basket. So we'll talk about his design first. I find that I usually go for characters with darker hair when I pick characters I like, but Kyo is completely different. He has orange hair, and I honestly really like his orange hair. It fits him a lot. I will say with my design, I did not draw his hair, like, stylized the best, because I don't really draw the short, classic, swoopy anime boy hair. in my style often or at all, so I just went with something, and I did like how it came out decently. I will say I almost put him in this prince outfit from when he was in the Cinderella play. I was this close to doing that, but I decided just to go for one of the other ones because I couldn't decide what to put him in, because I always think of the red t-shirt, but that seemed too plain, so I added like the black and red jacket shirt one. And then I added the cat ear things onto him, that even though he doesn't always have them, he only has them in this like as a joke for like showing emotion sometimes. I thought it would make him more recognizable. I did add his bracelet to it, which is important to his character if you've seen the thing. And then I decided for fun cuteness, I added a little rice ball with some bows into his hoodie area. For those who know that what that reference is, and watch the anime, you know. If you don't know, ask someone, I guess, that does know. I had to put that there. I thought it was cute. Later on, you'll see I did give him like the more of a cat slit shape eye, because in some scenes when he's really angry or mad, he does have like more cat-like eyes, which I think looks cool. So I decided to kind of add it. So Kyo is another he's another bad boy. I guess that's the best way to put it. He's like a bad angry boy. I would say he's more of an angry boy or an angsty boy than a bad boy, but he does give off slight bad boy vibes. He is the exact same way of, he's like kind of like Zayn in the fact that he's like angsty and a bad boy, but like deep down he, you know, he has a tender, good heart. I was watching this video that was like Kyo being a cat for something, I can't even remember, like for like 11 minutes. I talked about his soft side, and I love when a character that is like edgy and cool and, you know, grumpy all the time has a secret soft side. I think it can be one of the cutest things, and that's what a lot of these characters do have. I do like how he protects Toru, Toru is the main girl in Fruits Basket, and who, spoiler, he ultimately ends up with, which is not really a spoiler, I guess, unless you haven't watched the anime, because there was a love triangle in it. So technically you couldn't know this, but the dynamic was better with her and Kyo. But I'm not saying Yuki's a bad character, by the way. I think her and Kyo's dynamic's better. But him with Toru is another reason I love his character. Again, if they have a ship, I will mention it here. You don't have to be confirmed ships for me to like talk about them. Okay, like sometimes one of the reasons I really like a character is because of the ship they're in, and Kyo is another case where I really like him with Toru. So that definitely bumps him up for my characters in general list. He's the classical angry boy. He's a little angry, but he has such a soft side when it comes to Toru, and it's adorable. I personally think it's adorable, his little soft side for Toru and how he'll protect her. He's got a little bit of anger issues, which is funny because I usually don't go for the characters with anger issues, even though 3 of these characters probably could be perceived as having anger issues. I also love the little relationship he has with his master. Let's be honest, that's Kyo's dad. I don't care if it's not his biological dad, and he did technically get adopted. We saw the scene of when like it's his master because he owns like a dojo, and Kyo punches and the guy catches. He's like, "It really is you. You really are here." And I'm like, "Oh, that was so cute." I love this boy. This boy is the best. I really like the moments when he's like more calm and chill and just talking. I think you can really see his character and stuff. When he like says how much he loves Toru in his head, it's so cute and so sad at the moment because of the story, and I love it. Also, Fruits Basket is my favorite anime of all time at the moment, and Kyo is probably my second favorite anime boy of all time. That might confuse people wondering why is that for, but you'll see in a moment. I just really like Kyo. The one issue with this video I knew I was gonna have is sometimes I am not good at putting into words why I like a character. But I'm just trying to, you know, get thoughts across and say what I like about him. I do like his little rivalry friendships with most of the characters, except for Toru and his master. He's kind of like rude too, but has like this fun friendship rivalry. Like friendship rivalry with like one of Toru's best friends, the blonde girl. I always forget her name, I'm sorry. I think their friendship is hilarious. I really like enjoy watching their friendship. Them just like fighting with each other the whole time is hilarious. His frenemies relationship with Yuki's also very sweet, and then when they realized all they wanted to was be each other, it's so sad and sweet because of like their stories. I just like him, okay? Like I said, I have a hard time describing why I like characters. He's an angry boy but has a really soft, sweet side, especially with the girl he loves. He'll do anything for her. Like, he doesn't like water. He went in the water to go swimming because she wanted to, right? But he gets weak and feels gross in like the rain and stuff. Like, he doesn't have to go with that good weather. because he's the cat zodiac. I think that's funny. Yeah, he also apparently cats all like him because he's the cat zodiac, which is also a bonus. I also do like cats, so he was my favorite zodiac member already. I don't have much else to say about him. I just like how he's like rude, and I like how he's rude. I'm gonna say I like how he has like this like hard exterior, but when it comes to like either serious moments or people he really cares about, he has a real soft side for them, and I find that really endearing and cute for characters. So yeah, I like this boy. There's not much else to say except for I really like this boy. So we'll move on to the next one. Number 3, Persona 4. Start meeting the characters, you're like, oh, he cool. Yosuke, oh, he cool. Chie, she cool. Yukiko, she alright. That's only a joke 2 people that watch this video will get. And Teddy, I don't really care about Teddy. This guy that looks like he's in a gang, a biker gang. He's all, sick, cool. Seems really grungy and rugged, and you defeat this man's shadow, and he joins your team, and his name is Kanji. Kanji Tatsumi, I think it is. Kanji. Okay, that was a weird lead up. I don't even know if I got that right. So Kanji is from Persona 4, which is it's like a mystery game, like a game with a mystery where you're detectives and have to solve it. I don't know how to explain Persona. Persona is a great game franchise, by the way. I've watched 2 full games of the Persona, and then one we're in the middle of watching with my brothers because my brothers play it and I watch it and I enjoy it. But let's talk about Kanji. First with his design, because that's what I'm doing for all these. So Kanji's design is not one I would usually go for. When I was younger, my favorite hair color was blonde, so that might have tracked over. But otherwise, nowadays I'd usually pick for guy characters, I'd usually pick darker and longer hair. But as the shorter, spiked up blonde hair, I usually would go for the bangs for dude characters. But this guy's look is so endearing. He also has the cool piercings, he's like cool with the piercings. He has his jacket usually it's on the shoulders, he looks so cool. He has a scar. I believe I remember them saying what it was from, but now I have forgotten, so whoops. I will say with some of these, I haven't watched it in such a long time. I just quickly went and watched the best moments to jog my memory to explain more why I like these characters. And then he's like, this cool grungy guy, he has his school jacket on his shoulders. He has a shirt with a skull on it. He has a bullet necklace. His eyes are silver, which is sick, by the way. And he has a nose piercing even too. So my design, I basically just did that. I stylized the hair a little bit more so it fits like my style better than actually drawing what it looks like, because I'm not good at drawing short spiky hair in guys, especially like this. So I just went with what I thought looked better in my style. And I tried to get the outfit as close as possible, like the jacket and stuff, but I did take some creative liberties. Like I believe the one, on the jacket, the circle that's on the chest area, it would be on if he was actually wearing it properly, but it's more on his shoulder. Has something in something right, like a little blob, something right next to the shape that's inside the circle, and a name under it, I'm guessing the school name. But I didn't want to get either of them wrong, and I couldn't find clear pictures of them, so I just eventually didn't put those on there. So you'll see me struggle with them in a while in the time lapse, but Now we'll get to what he's holding in a minute, because that's part of the character part. But yeah, this one has the most probably detail of them. It's probably one of the hardest, but I think it came out really well. But Kanji. So when you first meet Kanji, everyone is scared of him because he looks like he's a gang member, with edgy, cool, mad at everyone. Blah, 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 blah. But then when you actually, because in Kanji's palace, that's Persona 5, his shadow is really flamboyant. You realize the reason that he's like that in his shadow is because he likes cute things. Half of the characters, some of the characters on this list, is it a theme? I think this is why he made number 3. I couldn't decide if him or Kyo should be number 3, but based on these personality traits is why he was number 3. He likes cute things. He can sew. He can knit. He can make stuff. He makes little plushies. The bunny he's holding is literally something he's made. I'll try to remember to put a picture somewhere eventually of the version I saw from the anime, because I looked it up and this was the one they showed from the anime, so I gave that. And I find that so endearing this is why his shadow was so flamboyant, because he was made fun of for liking cute things. The guys thought, I think he was weird, and the girls thought he was creepy. thought he might be gay because he liked cute things, but then, and also because people were saying that because of the character he was talking to, but the character turned out to be a girl. He's not gay, by the way. That's probably a controversial take for some side, but then some people like, the whole point of his story was to prove that guys can like cute things. Yes, so he's just a guy who likes cute things and making things, like this little bunny. I did give him like the annoyed, slightly flustered expression on his thing, which I think came out really well, because I remember I used to go really overboard with the blush, and I tried to make this one really subtle, and I think it came out well. So he's like giving this to someone embarrassed about it, not like that he likes the person he's giving it to, but he's like slightly embarrassed about it. So I thought that'd be a cute thing to portray on this photo. But yes, he is another bad boy on the exterior, but good boy at heart. But he acts more like a good boy. Like, he acts more like a nice boy when you get to know him. He looks more rugged than he is. He can sew, he can knit, and I love that about him. When I was watching videos, it was about I don't know, it wasn't classified as Kanji's best moments, but it was like some Kanji moments basically. And in a game I haven't watched, siblings haven't played the game, and we were planning on playing it, we just haven't got around to it. It's like I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where more of the game characters interact with each other, like Persona 3 characters interact with Persona 4 characters. And the young boy from Persona 3, his shoelace broke, and Kanji did a quick fix, but then eventually, apparently... By the way, I've only seen the one clip from this, and I found it adorable that I have to literally put it in here. So if you're my family member, you don't want spoilers, I don't know what to say, too bad. Sorry. Then he's like, give me your shoes, I'll actually fix them now, because they actually have time now. Kanji realizes that one of the reasons the shoelace is broken is because the shoes are getting too small for the kid, and he's like, oh, when you get back you gotta get some new shoes. And then he says like, I can't fix this with a sewing machine, I guess I'll knit a new one. And the kid's like, you can knit? And yeah, do you want to learn or something like that? I think it's how it went. Or do you want to know how to? And he turns around, he has like 2 balls of yarn and some knitting. He's like, you need 2 so we could both knit one. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I love him. I believe, if I'm remember correctly, he also has like a soft side towards the kids. I love that. That's literally the only part I've really seen of that game besides like the intro that we've played a little bit of. But that is just so cute. By the way, the little kid's name is Ken. I'm going to say that because otherwise it seems like I didn't know the little kid's name. I do, but watching this, thing, he's like, they were talking about going on a trip, and then they were talking about like riding scooters there, and then Kanji's like, but we can't go if the weather, like they wanted to go in like the winter to ski, and he's like, but we can't go if the weather's bad. And then one guy, wow, you're really serious about this. And Kanji, he's like, why would I be cool about that? Danger is danger. And I'm like, that is adorable. I just love this boy. Kanji does also have a ship. Again, with these characters, some of them, they have a ship, it makes me like them even more. It's technically not like 100% confirmed, but it's definitely heavily hinted at. It's Naoto. She's a detective, and I gotta say, I love their interactions with each other because he's really awkward, and she's more stoic, but gets a little bit flustered in certain situations, not with him in general, just in general. I personally think they're adorable. Also, she's super short and he's super tall. I always like that dynamic. I like how nice he is to her, even though he's like this grungy personality. Yeah. I also gotta say, if you're curious on my opinions of time skip Kanji at the end of Persona 4 Golden, one I watched. Honestly, I don't mind his time skip. I do prefer his look I drew him in, but the only one issue I have with time skip Kanji is his how slick his hair is. I do think it'd be, if it was a slightly messy in any way, I would like it. I would still like it a lot. I mean, it's not bad. I don't mind the glasses. I don't mind the hair color. The outfit's fine. But it's just the slickness of the hair. Honestly, I don't know what else to say about Kanji. Kanji's the only video I'm filming right now in 2 parts, so I don't remember what I previously said, but I hope I said everything I wanted to. He's another good boy that will help his friends out in any way he can. But yeah, you can see why I like Kanji. He can sew, he can knit, he likes cute little things, he can make stuff. I like sewing and stuff, and I like those like type of crafts. So the fact that he can make little plush and stuff, I always found endearing, and I think it's adorable. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about Kanji. And the true bros don't go for Naoto for Kanji. I'm just kidding. Anyways, next. Number 2. Picture this. It's around 2016. your brother wants to show you this new game he found. It's a farming sim, and he used to watch him play Harvest Moon, so you're like, yeah, that sounds cool. So he hooks his computer up and puts on the TV, and the game's name is Stardew Valley. So, you know, he's walking around the town, you know, chilling, and then all of a sudden, walks up towards this one house, and then you see a character. And as soon as you see this character, you're like, I need to get this game, play it. I'm claiming them, no one else in this house can have them. And that character for me was Sebastian from Stardew Valley. I don't know how well that intro was, but I thought it'd be funny to have a like dramatic thing. Yes, but Sebastian, literally when I first saw his even pixel sprite, I was like, yep, that's what I'm going for. That's what I want. And then I saw his actual character and how he acted. I'm like, yep, that's mine. I'm taking him. He's mine now. So Sebastian, let's do what I try to do for all of them and start with his design. So I don't know how the guy did it, but the guy that created this game said he wanted to do a kind of ugly-esque style, like art style and stuff for the characters. Every other guy looks like fine, weird, alright, but there's something about this particular character model or like character sprite that I think looks great. He's the best looking guy in the thing. I really like his design. I did just add more detail basically to his design. I made his hair slightly longer because I always imagine him with slightly longer hair or like longish hair. I made his hair longer than I probably would actually expect him to have. I gave him piercings because I realized if you look really closely at the thing, you could say maybe he has one piercing, but I decided to give him 3 because I think it'd look cool. I added some freckles. One because, well, actually the main reason I add freckles is because I like freckles on guy characters especially. It's one of my favorite design things for guys. So I just decided them for fun, but also his mom is a ginger, and I feel like gingers with freckles are really pretty, and I like the look of that. Some people I know do him like he dyed his hair black, and he has natural color is orange. But I have no idea. I always imagine him with like purple hairish, like purplish hair because of the color tones they have. But I added like dark black, but like with a little hint of purple and hair, and then I added like fades to lighter purple because I thought it would look cool. I gave him purple eyes, 1 because I thought it looked cool, and 2 I believe he actually might have purple eyes, or it's just like dark colored eyes. You can't tell what color it is. But I just like the idea of him having purple eyes. Also, in my drawing, last thing to add for my drawing is I added a little frog onto his shoulder for a little bit more character design, and I thought it was cute because in one of his heart events after you marry him, I believe, I'm gonna be honest, all the other characters I watched videos on to remember, Sebastian I didn't, because I'm like, 1, I went through his whole links, but 2, I know those type of things can take a long time, and I only want to watch clip notes, so yeah. But I believe it was after you marry him is when he finds a frog and it's like injured or something, and he wants to take it in and help it get better, and then you have pet frogs in your house. But as somebody who remembers her brother having pet frogs in our house occasionally when I was younger, I don't mind. So Sebastian, when you first meet him, he is like the loner type. He's wondering why you moved from the city to the country, because he hates it in the country. But he wants to move to the city. He wants to get out. He's not really the nicest to your character, but he's also not really rude to your character. He's just more like, leave me alone, otherwise. But he's never like super rude to your character, I believe, if I remember correctly. I will say it's been like, literally, I think I got, when the Switch port came out for Stardew Valley is when I first started playing Stardew Valley, so that's how long ago it was. So eventually, when you give him enough gifts and start talking to him more, he'll eventually start warming up to you, and then he'll start, like, you know, being nice to you, and it's really cute. I realized that might have been really loud in the video. Sorry if that sounded a little bit muffled. I realized that, like, I think its heater was on and it was really loud, and luckily it didn't like drown out my voice, so I'll probably just use that audio because I don't remember when it started and don't want to refilm everything. But yeah, now it should be clear for a little bit. He works on this computer. I want to say programmer or something like that. Like, I remember I was a simp. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a simp for Sebastian, so I would always pick the thing that would lead more towards him liking me. Also, he has the Dungeons and Dragons cutscene. I don't remember what's actually called in the game, like something else. And I don't play Dungeons and Dragons, I'll be honest. You know, pick your class. There's like the wizard, the knight, and the fairy or healer. One of the two, I don't remember what it's called. But I always picked the fairy or healer, which was good because it was neither Sam or Sebastian's favorite. But then, you know, you go through like the cutscene, which is actually really fun to go through because it's like you are literally picking the way your adventure goes. You have the option to heal Sebastian or heal Sam. I always picked Sebastian. So then he's like, oh, thank you. And then you end up winning the game. And they're like, you did pretty good for your first time. And I think it's adorable. I will say the number one, number two are the only ones I would say I'm actively a simp for. Sebastian I can be a simp for, because in the game you can literally be a simp for him. And then obviously the best cutscene is the 10 heart cutscene. He's a motorcycle, that's cool, gotta say that. And then he takes you on a ride to like a cliff top overlooking the city, which, can we talk about how romantic that scene looks? How cute that scene is. You have your heart to heart him, you're talking to him. At some point he like says, I used to long for the city, but now like living here doesn't seem so bad. And you kiss, and it's a really adorable scene. Just that whole sequence of you riding on the motorcycle with, and then you sitting on that, like hanging out on that cliff, overlooking the city. I love the look of that moment, and I thought it was really sweet because he has the best 10 heart cutscene. Yeah, I just really like his character. Honestly, it's hard for me. Again, I feel like, especially as this list goes on, it's hard for me to describe in words what I like about this character. But there's something about this character, something about Sebastian. The moment I first saw his like design, I was like, yep, that's the character I want in this game. That's the one I'm going for. I love that character. I just love Sebastian. He's my number one in video games. Sorry, Kanji. And he'll probably always be it. Something about him that I will always like, I think. And I think he'll always be number one. Any playthrough I play for Stardew Valley, I will not pick anyone else, because I just like this man the most. He's my favorite. He's just my little boy, and he's so cute. I also now use the name Sebastian for characters I make because of this guy. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about him except for he's my favorite video game boy, and he's my second favorite boy of all time. I really like him, as you can probably tell by him being at number 2. I don't know if there's much else to say for now. He is best boy in this game. Another reason why this one's like my second favorite game of all time, all I really gotta say for Sebastian, he's my second favorite boy of all time, and fictional crush of all time, and he'll probably always hold that spot. He's near and dear to my heart, and I don't know why, but I love this boy. Anyways, next. Honorable mentions. Izumi from Horimiya. If this list was a top 6, he'd probably be number 6. Rogue from Fairy Tail. I'm watching Fairy Tail with my siblings, and we haven't even gotten to him yet, but he is definitely who Afmal based Zaina after, basing on the fact that she really likes Fairy Tail and referenced Fairy Tail in the first couple seasons of My Street a lot. I've seen the clips of him in one episode, and I already love him. Lilia from Winx. I didn't watch the show as a kid. When I watched it with my sister, season 3 all the way through, and Healy and Flora are adorable. I like his design. I don't like how they did his hair, though, later in the seasons. Sidon from Legend of Zelda. I wouldn't classify him as a full-on crush, but I love his character. La, Sanji, and Zoro from One Piece. Haven't finished enough One Piece, and I don't know who my favorite of these characters will be. Haven't gotten to La. Zoro is the best character, but we first watched One Piece, it was the East Blue movie, and Sanji was my favorite from that. Shinji from Persona 3. Haven't fully finished Persona 3, but I have gotten to the part. I want to see more of him, sadly. Akihiko is also great. Gray from Fairy Tail is also cool. Fuji from Shigemori is not just a cutie. By the way, if you don't know who that it is, don't blame me. It's Shigemori's older brother, and his design, I fell in love with him over that. Love his design. Love the character we got of him when we saw him later. Wish we could see more of him. And Kirishima from My Hero. He's just a little good boy, and he's my second favorite character in My Hero. But number one, my top fictional crush of all time is Sun Eater, or Tamaki Yamajiki from My Hero Academia. This boy, I don't know what this boy did to me, but he is the best. The fact that he, first thing he does is glare. Everyone thinks he's, like, intimidating, but no, he's just trying to imagine them all as potatoes, and then fails, so he looks against the wall because he can't look everyone in the face because he's so shy and anxious, and he's adorable. Let's talk about his design first. His design, I decided to draw him in his hero outfit so he'd have a little bit more going on than his, like, school outfit would. I like how he has the little pointy ears. I made them a little bit bigger and pointier in this drawing. I gave him a little snag tooth in my drawing too, like the like lip snag tooth with, like, you know, wiggly lip that he has in that one scene that he looks adorable in. Honestly, I don't know why, but I love his design. I like how his hair looks longer and is messy. I like his hair design. Again, I added freckles to mine because I couldn't help it. I know he doesn't have them, but I can help it. I like his hero design. I like how he has like the big cape thing with the hood. I love when he pulls the hood over his face. His power is sick. Also, he looks cool using his power, I will say, because I just like his design. You know, it's messy and longer, and I like the look. I like the way his hair looks. I tried to draw it my best here. I also say with my drawing quick, I had to cover his back eye, as I guess I would call it, with his hair because I couldn't get it to look right. So he looks even more shy here. And I love him. He's a little shy boy. He's the little shy boy, my little shy boy. I realize I think the character trait I like even more than like cool and like kind of like I guess abrasive is the shy boys. That is I think the one character trait, it done right, could steal my heart the fastest. But I realize this is gonna be the hardest one to explain because I just love this boy. So Sun Eater, when you first meet him, like I said, he still tried to imagine everyone has potatoes, but couldn't. And immediately when that happened, I was hooked because I always liked potatoes because of Minecraft and watching AvMel at the same time. Those grew my love for like potatoes as like a joke, like about potatoes, like really liking potatoes. Like it's my go-to Minecraft food type of thing. So when he said that, I was already like, oh, potato boy, I like him. And then you just like get to know him more, and it gets sweeter and sweeter, and it's so cute. I also have to mention, I do think him and Nejire would be adorable together. And he, like, when he was, I watched a clip of him talking about her in the pageant. So it was really fair. I'm like, low key could have been canon if they elaborated on those more. Low key could have been, but I just think they're cute. Will say, I am going to make this right now. I have not fully caught up to My Hero. I know all the stuff that happens with Sun Eater in My Hero, but I never fully caught up. But a lot of my siblings have kept up with it, and most of them, they just told me anything I need to know. Especially if my boy was in there, they would tell me anything. But I want to say first too, the fact that he did a giant powerful move, biggest move he's ever done, absolutely sick for one, and like actually had a little bit of confidence in himself at the moment, and it did pretty much nothing, upsets me still. I can't remember about My Hero. Here to talk about it. We will say how cool that scene was. Also, my sister showed me little scenes of him when back in the past. He was like, no, he's a little like shy kid, and like Sun Eater and like I think it was elementary school, moved to a new school like the second year, so like everyone already knew each other. He was sitting at his desk alone, thinking no one wants to talk to a new kid, and Lemillion comes up and it's like, who's your favorite hero? To like, you know, introductory question, and it's adorable. And then later on you figure out that Nejire was a quiet reserve type, and he does the same thing to her, like he's covering his eyes like, who's your favorite hero? And I'm like, ah! One, that's a stripping field, Nejire and Sun Eater for me, but two, that's just adorable. I do like how Nejire describes him as their little kitten, and saying, yeah, but a heart of a lion, not a kitten. He has the heart of a little kitten is probably the best way to describe him. He's super powerful and super strong, but he cannot interact with actual people for anything, really. I love his little relationship with Fat Gum and Kirishima as like their dynamic trio. The fact that he's with like two like optimistic dudes is adorable, and like he's like, oh, like, and then when they're like, you got this, he's like, you put too much faith in me, no. Also, the scene where he's like, there's the three bad guys, and he's like, I got this. And then Fat Gum leaves him to do it because he's like, if Sun Eater says he got this, then we trust him and we believe in him. Because he doesn't say that because, you know, he doesn't believe in himself. Which is so sad. He's so strong and so good boy, and I love him. All the moments, I've seen the clips of the, again, I didn't get this far in the anime, but the clips of when he's acting as the villain for Class A1, and he's just like, I want to go home. Mood, and I love it. I think he's so adorable in all those scenes, how he'll like, you know, Mirio would be upset with him if he didn't go like actually play the part, so he'd like play the part of the villain, but he only stopped playing it when Bakugo scared him, and those faces that he makes are so cute. I love the one face he makes in the internship with Kirishima's there, but the one like little face he makes, like the little chubby like face, I guess the best way to describe it, that's the noise. I just made that noise, and I'm probably gonna keep it in the video. That might be my favorite face of his. If you're curious how much I like this guy, I think I have the only figure you can fully get of him. I have the Funko Pop, 2 different plushies. I have a blanket. I have a blind bag figurine, which I literally got the blind bags till I got one of the blind bags every time I found one till I got him. Display of him in my room. I have several photos on my phone of a fan art of him because I think they look cool. I like how he's designed. I do like how he's designed. With his all eyes being smaller and his ears being pointy, I think gives him almost like a dragon low-key aesthetic, which is adorable to me. I don't know why the further on I got, the harder it was to describe why I like character. That's not detriment to the character. The characters are done usually really well, but it's hard to explain. But every time I see a clip of this guy, it's just like, I'm like, just aw, warm my little heart. Sun Eater is my #1 anime fictional crush of all times, and he always will be. It was like, again, with like Sebastian, when I first saw him, I'm like, yep, that one. Like, as soon as he said the potato thing, I'm like, yep, that's my favorite character in this whole show. And he still is, and he still always will be. Even if my hero gyps him, he'll always be up in my top. Probably always be #1. There's probably a bunch of cute things I haven't fully seen of him yet in like the manga or the spin-off mangas or anything like that, which kind of now thinking about it makes me a little bit sad because that means I haven't seen more of my boy than I could. And the fact that he is #1 by not even seeing every single bit of his media, I think just has a testament of how much I like this character. Like, if I'll be honest, he's like, him and Sebastian will always be my 1 and 2. Something about this guy, even though I have more to say about probably Sebastian, there's something about Sun Eater that I can't help but love and put him as my top. His design is great. I love I think it's the shyness that really draws me to his character. His shyness and anxiety, I think, is really endearing, and I think is adorable. But also him having strength and like bravery when he really needs it is also great. I love his friendship with Mirio and Nejire. Him and Mirio being best friends is adorable. He's like, again, like the moment I saw him, I'm like, yep, this is my favorite character. He's probably for the longest time, my hero was my favorite anime of all time. This boy is probably why I still have a soft place for my hero, and always will. 1, because it was my first ever actual anime I've watched enough of to say I watched anime, and 2, because this boy is in it. It brought me my favorite fictional character probably of all time. Yes, that is correct. He's probably my favorite fictional character of all time. And I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know why. Like, I know it's because he's shy and cute, and I like his design, and he's an adorable little protected El Caso little boy. But I'm not good at describing why. I feel like this feels like very somber and like deep sounding just because it's late at night and my voice sounds deeper than it usually is. Also, in the My Hero mobile game, I did pull till I got him when I had the chance. I have almost every memory of him in that game. The memories are like literally a thing that's in that game. I have, even I kept one of the art memories of him, even though it's not worth keeping the arts. I have pretty much any version of him you can get. He's just my favorite boy of all time, my favorite character of all time, my favorite fictional crush of all time, and yes, those are all one and the same, and it is this boy. I think he also, like Sebastian, definitely inspired some of my characters, and I'll add stuff from him into them because I just love this boy. Can you tell I don't know what else to say? He's just a good boy at heart. He's a hero. I like his design. I like his character. I would say if I had a favorite character type, it would be the shy characters. Even though this list probably tells you otherwise how many more edgy or like emo or angsty or edgy looking characters there are on it. Every single one except for this one. This is still probably my #1 type is shy. And this character just endears me. He's so cute in personality and looks. He is like anxious and shy, but will like probably do anything for his friends, like a lot of the characters on this list. But yeah, I just really like Sun Eater. I want to say more, but I don't know what else to say. All the clips just made me remember how much I like this little guy, and he just makes me smile when I watch anything with him in it. And yeah, he'll probably always be at #1. He's a little shy boy, but he doesn't let that stop him from saving people, which is really cute and endearing. Even if he can't talk to those people or don't want them to look at him, he still will save anyone. yeah, I literally don't know how much of I don't know how long this section is gonna be, because I don't know how much I'm gonna actually keep in, and I don't know what to say about this boy. I'm trying to think if there's any other words, other things I can talk about to describe how much I like this character, because it might be the honestly, this could be the shortest section or the longest section, but he's my favorite character, hence why I said number 1. I don't think a character can really beat him for me. He's just super cute. And I mean that both in like personality and looks, obviously, and how he acts. I just love him, and he is adorable. The shyness endears me. Yeah, I don't got much else to say about him. I just love this boy, and he is my number 1 fictional crush of all time. I do want to say sorry if I repeated a lot in this video. I realize I've had a hard time describing why I like a character, but I still thought this was a fun video idea. Thank you to everyone who watched this video all the way through and just listened to me ramble about my fictional crushes, because this was definitely a video that was self-indulgent. I'm curious if you agree with me on any of these, if you've seen them. Who's your favorite out of the 5, if you've seen all of them. I hope you liked the art. Thank you to everyone who watched my videos throughout the last year. I hope you will continue to stay to watch more videos through this year. I'm hoping to post more this year than I did last year, but you never know. Like, sometimes you'll just get really busy, but I'll try my best to post more often. Thank you also again to everyone who watched all the way through this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everyone who watched this video. I hope you stay for this next year, and happy Valentine's Day too, and bye bye.